Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to Nonprofit Nuggets with Jennifer Yarbrough. I am Jennifer Yarbrough, and I am super excited to share with you this this week's conversation about getting people to give donations. One of the things that I think I'm asked a lot about, one of the most frequent questions I get is, Jen, how do I find donors? Where do I find donors? How can I get people to give? Or what is the secret to getting people to give? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. I am a nonprofit expert, a fundraising professional, and having been doing this work for over 35 years. And so understanding the tips and the strategies and the opportunities that you afford people to give to your organization, that it's not just about getting the donation. All right. So when we have the conversation and people ask me, Jen, where do I find donors? I always want to connect with the understanding that donors are people, right? Donors are people. And so people give to people. So in the area and the arena of getting donations, then we want it to not be considered as a business transaction. It's a human transaction. Let me say that again. People give to people, all right? People give to people. And donors are people that are inspired to invest and support your organization because they believe in the work that you do, right? So it's a human connection. So when we're talking about how do I get donors, we've got to make the human connection, right? We've got to connect around what would inspire, what would motivate, what would be meaningful in terms of the return on the investment for that person or those people to support our organizations. Again, it's a human connection. So to inspire a person to give, you want to make that meaningful connection by showing them why they matter and how they can make a difference. Let me say that again. I know that many of us approach our organizations from a place of we're passionate, we're excited, we believe in what we do. But in order to inspire a donor, that's what you want. You want that donor to be inspired. You want that donor to be motivated. You want that donor to feel the passion that you feel. But how do they feel that passion? You've got to make that connection. How do you do that? You want to make sure that you are making a meaningful connection by showing them why they matter and how they can make a difference. Now, if what I'm saying to you sounds like wah, 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 I'm going to break it down a little further. All right. The truth is this: when you understand why your donors give, you will be able to make a more effective and stronger appeal, ask, and connection. All right, let me say that again. When you understand why your donors give, you'll be able to make a more effective and strategic appeal to them in terms of now you are connecting in a way that is of interest to them and not just to you. All right. Don't be afraid to reach out to your donors personally and find out why they give. Find out who they give to. Find out what's important to them. Find out what do they know about your organization? What do they know about the problem that your organization is solving, right? Their stories matter. Sharing with them stories would inspire, motivate, allow them to follow up with examples of why what you do is important to them. All right. So their stories matter. Their stories of what makes your organization and your program of interest to them. Have them tell you that story. Do they have a personal story? Do they understand what you do from a personal perspective? Are they or have they experienced something that the people who've come through your program have experienced, right? Let them share their story again, because you're making a human connection. It is not a business transaction. It is a human connection. All right. In the area of fundraising, there is a professional, strategic, more like a calculated way, right? This is all not theory. Fundraising is not theory. It is actually a system. It is a system. And the first system is being able to really identify and articulate what your impact is, And then being able to, part of the system is connecting what your impact is with the interest of the donor. The interest of the donor, because again, people give to people and it's a human connection, right? It's not a business transaction. It's not a business connection. It's a human connection. All right. So let's get into why donors give, right? What are the reasons that they would go to work every day, right? And then take their income, their disposable income, and give it to an organization in their community, right? That's what happens. So again, it's important that you remember, again, that it's a human connection, not a business transaction. So these are the reasons. These are the reasons that donors give. Now, if you can make the connection with your individual donors based upon these reasons, you're living golden, right? You're living golden. So the number one reasons that donors make a donation or a contribution to organization is that they know that there is a need for the nonprofit's mission in the community. And they know that it does great work, right? That's the number one reason. The number one reason that that individuals give to organizations is because they know there is a need for the nonprofit's mission, and they know that it does good work, right? So you then are making that connection with those individuals in your community by sharing and agreeing and bringing light to your organization's mission, right? And being able to share how you're doing the good work, talking about your transparency, connecting with them around testimonials and photos, right? People give to people, human connection. And when they feel as if the need for your organization exists, the mission for your organization is important, they see it, they understand it, then they can vouch and verify that you do great work. So that's the number one thing. This is what you want to be able to connect with them. You can connect with them on social media. You can connect with them face to face. You can connect with them through your emails, right? But making that connection is more than the post. Making that connection to where that you're clear, that they're clear about your mission, right? Your nonprofit mission. I would bet that if you are looking at the people that support your organizations, be it their mother, your friends, your board members, ask them what your mission is. Ask them. Let's do this quick test. Ask them, do they know what your organization's mission is? Right? They may say that they believe in you and they believe in the great work that you do, but ask them if do they know what your mission is, right? And not that it's a test that's a win or fail or pass or fail, but it's going to help you understand, are they then able to go out in the community on your behalf and talk about the mission of the organization, right? And talking about not just what the mission is, but that the need for your mission is important to the community. Let me say that again, that the need for your nonprofit's mission is important to the community. Not that your mission is important, but that the need for your missions, your nonprofit's mission in the community is what's important. That's why they give. They give because there is a need for your nonprofit's mission. So what do? You articulate that need. You talk about your organization as a solution. You are sharing, you are inviting, you are engaging, you are influencing, you are sharing the great work that you do on an ongoing basis. And when this is the number one reason that nonprofit organizations give, right? So I'm always talking about articulating the impact. I'm always talking about making sure that you're clear about what you do, about why what you do is important, right? And being able to make that connection. This is the biggest connection. That they know, your donors know, that there is a need for the nonprofit's mission, right? So it's more than just give me a check. No, it's you communicating, you conveying, you sharing, and you understanding how they feel about your mission. Once they feel that your mission is important, then they want to support it. Why? Because they see a need for it. They're not giving because you have a need. They're giving now because they see a need. There is a need for your nonprofit's mission. And so they give out of that mutual need. They believe that what you do is important and that your missions, that the need for your mission is important to the community. And so they support it. That's how you find donors. That's who the donors are, right? That's who your donors are, your ongoing donors. The people that will support your organization on an ongoing basis, the people that will become major donors, regular donors, monthly donors, they understand that the need for your mission is important in their community. all right? They also, number two, is that they believe that the nonprofit will use their donation, right, to either stabilize or expand the program. They believe that the organization is going to use the resources that they are given to stabilize or to expand the program. That's the number two reason that people donate. Why is that important to them? Because they want to make sure that your organization is sustainable, and they want to make sure that your organization is able to continue the program, expand the program. Why are they interested in expanding the program? Because they understand that the need for your mission is important and that the need is great, right? So they want to make sure that you are around for the longevity. They want to make sure that your organization is sustainable. These are your monthly donors. These are your regular donors. These are your investors. These are your sponsors. These are the people who see the value in supporting your organization and making sure that your organization has the stabilization, has the foundation for sustainability. All right, that's the number two reason. So that's what you want to communicate. That's how you want to make the connection. You want to let them know the value and what's at stake if your organization does not expand. What's at stake if your program does not expand? What's at stake if your organization is not there, right? That's the conversation, and that's how you want to make that connection. Number three reason, the top reasons that individuals give to organizations, is that the nonprofit communicates about the impact of giving by sharing program outcomes. That's the number three reason that nonprofit organizations communicate about the impact of giving by sharing program outcomes. I know that we like to talk about and send pictures about what we've done, or put up announcements about what we have coming up. But the number three reason that people keep donating to organizations is because the organization communicates about the impact of their gift, and that the organization shares the outcomes. That means that you're sharing the testimonials. You're talking about how people have gone on and succeeded. And you're not just talking about your current activities. You're talking about, even after these current activities are over, those who have gone through those current activities, where are they now? What have they been able to do? Have you really showed them how you have met that need? You fill that gap, all right? You fill that gap. Another reason that donors give, and this is the last one that I'm going to share with you. If you would like to know more, and if you would like to have a conversation, then I want you to visit my my group on Facebook. It's called Nonprofit Leaders Impacting Lives, and I'm going to list all of these reasons. There's going to be about 12 reasons that people give. 12 reasons that people give. And if you want the rest of those reasons, just come on over to my group. It's free. It's called Nonprofit Leaders Impacting Lives. Nonprofit Leaders Impacting Lives. Another reason that donors give is because they want to be associated with an organization that's making a great difference in the community, right? They are giving because they want to be associated with an organization that's doing great things in the community. A lot of us would think that people give because it's a tax deduction, right? Or people will give because they know someone on the board or who's a volunteer. And that's usually why we pick board members, because we want board members who can go out and ask people to give. But that's not one of the number one reasons why people give, right? They don't give because someone's on the board. They don't give because someone is a volunteer. So even if you send out a volunteer, or even if you send out a board member, remember the top three reasons that people make a decision to give to an organization are still the top three reasons, right? So just because they're a board member, the people are not giving because they're a board member. That's not why they're giving. They're giving because, again, number one, they see the need for the nonprofit's mission. So you then want to equip your board. You want to position them. You want to train them. You want to make sure that they understand what the need for the nonprofit's mission is in the community. Not just what the mission is, but what is the need for the nonprofit's mission in the community, and how it's doing great work. That's what your board members are communicating to their peers, to their colleagues, to the people and influencers that they know in the community. Again, people don't give because someone is on the board. That's not why they give. So you growing your board and then telling your board to go out and fundraise, how are they going to successfully fundraise? How are they going to successfully connect with these donors? These top three reasons is how. right? These top 3 reasons. It's not because, the top 3 reasons is not because it's a tax deduction. It's not because they see your organization online or that they see your post. That's not why they give. That's not why they give, all right? They're not even giving because someone asked them to give. They're giving because they wanted to give, right? They give because they wanted to help the organization succeed. Why would they want to help the organization succeed? We go back to the number 3 reason, right? So listen, guys, fundraising and raising funds for your nonprofit organization is a strategy. It is something that you as a leader and your board and your organization have really got to put a system and a strategy and the steps to, right? The first thing is understanding the need for your nonprofit's mission in your community. That's number 1. Not just the work that you want to do, not just because you want to do great work, not because you think that something is missing, but you've got to be able to articulate the need for your nonprofit's mission in your community. That is the number 1 reason that people give, right? And because they know it does great work. So articulating that, being clear about the need for your nonprofit organization's mission is going to inspire, motivate, encourage, engage, influence, and make those people who make this personal transaction, not a business transaction, a human connection with your organization. All right. And then talking about how your program is meeting the needs in such a vast way that now is the time to expand the program. Now, I know that in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of what would look like a crisis, and it is, I want you all to know that the need for your nonprofit's mission now is needed more than ever. All right. So your ability to speak about that, to engage around that, to have conversation around that, to listen for that, and to really make that human connection. People give to people. All right. And you want to inspire your donors to give. They're not inspired by the tax deduction. They're not inspired by your posts. They're not inspired by who's on your board. They're inspired because they see and believe there is a need for your mission in your community. All right. So listen, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to engage in conversation. Don't be afraid to really listen to what your donors have on their mind. People give. It's an act of the heart, not of the head. People give as an act of the heart, not of the head. All right. And so your organization wants to show your donors that you're a good steward of their money, right? That you have, that you appreciate their generosity, but that you also understand how to give back to them what they need to see, what they need to hear and understand about what difference their gift is making, all right? So giving is a personal act. It's not a business act. It's a personal act. It's not a business act. So you want to make it about them, not about you. Giving is a personal act, not a business act, okay? So they are giving because of something that they feel is important to them. So you want to make sure that you're telling your donors why they should care. You want to be able to tell your donors how they matter to your organization. You want to convey to your donors, right, a call to action by writing personal notes, okay? You want to let your donors support your cause for the long term. Let me say that again. You want to let your donors support your cause for the long term. Your donors aren't just interested in your cause for the right now. Your donors are not just interested in your organization for the right now, all right? They're likely to still care about your organization and the impact that you're bringing a month from now, a year from now, and years down the road. So give them the option to make that commitment, make that support, and make it relevant to them, all right? Your donors are not just interested in your organization right now, okay? They're not. So you want to make sure that they understand why they're important, how they're important, and then you want to give them the option and the opportunity to continue to support your organization for the long term, all right? Again, there are many reasons why people give, and I couldn't go over all of them right now. But when you are crafting your next ask, when you are considering your next campaign, when you are coming up with your next event and you want to invite people to give, I want you to really ask yourself if you have tapped into these reasons why donors give. All right. And listen, if you are feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like, Jen, I don't know what to do first, I don't know how to start, this whole thing makes sense, but I don't know what to do first, then get on my calendar. Please get on my calendar. Go to bit.ly/time with Jen. Time with Jen. The T, the W, and the J are capitalized. If you can't remember that, then just go to my website. My website is J as in Jen, D as in David, Yarbrough.com. JDYarbrough.com is my website. And you can learn more about what I do. You can learn about, get to the access to my calendar as well. So listen, guys, raising money for your organization is not difficult, but it is a strategic process, okay? And you want to think about your organization in the long term, not the short term, because your donors don't want to consider you. They want to support you long term, not just short term, all right? And if you are finding that you are just overwhelmed and you're like, Jen, I just need to, I need help. You know, I'm the only person on my team. There's no one else helping us. We don't know what we don't know, and we need help with this, right? Can you help us? Yes, I can. And I'm happy to talk to you guys about this. I hope that there has been something that I have shared, something that you have heard, something that would inspire and motivate you to be more engaged, to be more intentional, to be more deliberate, and to be more successful in the area of fundraising. Not only am I a fundraiser, a professional fundraiser, but I'm also a grant writer. I'm also an executive coach. I'm an author, and I train leaders. That was my job. My job was to train leaders on how to start, grow, and sustain their organizations. I am a one-person shop. If you need help with grant writing, I can help you. If you need help with fundraising, I can help you. If you need help with training your boards, I can help you. If you need an executive coach, I can help you. All right. I've been doing this work now for over 35 years, and it is my pleasure. It is my mission. It is my goal to help organizations have the tools, the knowledge, the capacity to grow their organizations. Why is that important to me? Because the need for your nonprofit's mission in your community is important. That's why. The need for your nonprofit's mission in your community is important. That's why. I believe in you. I'm here to help you. And again, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to go to my website, www.jd.yarbrough.com. JD as in David, Yarbrough.com. Get on my calendar. Let's have a conversation, and let's make a decision how we can move your organization, how we can raise more money for your organization, and put together that strategic plan that's going to enable your organization to expand and to deliver your programs for many months, for many years to come. All right. Why? Because your mission matters. Your mission matters. And your organization is a solution to a great need. Now we just need to connect that. Make that connection with your donors. Make that connection with your donors. Money is not your problem. Money is not the problem. Let's learn how to make the connection so that we can get the funds that you need for your programs, for your staff, that you can stop paying for things out of your pocket, invest in knowledge, and then let's get the work done in a meaningful way. I want to thank you guys again for staying around and for listening to this another Nonprofit Nuggets with Jen. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was enlightening, and I hope that you will tune in again and subscribe. All right, guys, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, and we will talk to you next time. Take care.